Good afternoon, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, it's All Star Izzy. It's your host. We are live in full effect tonight. How's everybody doing tonight? What's going on with everybody? Talk to me. What's happening? What we doing? How we moving? How's everybody feeling tonight? It's your boy All Star Izzy. We are here in full effect. We're gonna have some conversations, an open debate tonight. And shout out to this time. At least we were able to do an earlier time this time, right? So usually Fridays would be more so when our debates would occur. However, as of right now, yesterday I was all booked up. So tonight, let's take the time out to debate about this topic. And this is actually excuse me, this is actually a bit of a hot topic that I've been seeing a lot throughout the algorithm, through just people who've been conversing, people who I've been speaking to, even some clients that I've spoken to that has had their own take and comments on this type of stuff. And we're here to debunk, we're here to have a conversation and to speak on this. Because remember how we speak about often is open-minded, oh excuse me, conversation rules the nation, but open-mindedness is key to conversing and expressing. Now, before we even get into the rules, because we're gonna have some time to talk first and engage with everybody, and then we'll make it open for people to join and to express their opinion on what they believe in. Because hell, um, man and woman got their own opinions on this type of topic. Thank you for everybody being here. My name is All Star Izzy. Hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. You know what I'm saying? We're on the road to the top, so thank you again. Now, a couple of things I do want to speak out. Excuse me. I'm just gonna do something really quickly with my phone, and then there's something that I want to express on really quickly. Um, I wanted to express why embracing honesty is so important. And the reason why I brought this up is because I think it's important to. This is a little bit off topic to what we're going to get to. We're going to get to that point, but as of right now, when I talk about why embracing honesty is important, because there's real life people who are grinding, such as myself, but also a lot of other people. And I've been blessed to be within a community, have a community, and to meet so many people that are on the same wavelength of grinding and doing shit. And I'm just grateful for that. But also, why I say embracing honesty is because, listen, be honest with yourself to the fact that you know that you should not be able to, you should not listen, there's no excuses when it comes to grinding, basically. And be honest with yourself if you don't have time to do certain things. Okay, because you don't want to waste any other person's time, nor you want to waste my time, or especially yourself. You don't want to waste your own time. And I'm saying that because I see a lot of people that have been communicating with me recently, even before, and more than likely in the future, saying they want to do something. Listen, if you want to do it, you're what you need to do is transmute your desire of wanting to become the thing to do it. And if you're not able or equipped to do it, then you need to stop complaining or stop expressing the desires, right? So you can of course want it, but be honest with yourself. If you're not equipped to do it at this time, take your focus somewhere else to where it needs to be, and express your desires on what needs to be focused, and everything will start building up from there. But as far as this part right here, it's just more so don't waste somebody else's time. And I do want to say shout out to 700 plus subscribers. We are road to the top. We making it happen. Sour Patch, great to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Um, but I wanted to say thank you to 700 plus subscribers. You know what I'm saying? We on the road to the top, and I'm just grateful for that shit. Because we really put our foot, heart, soul into this bitch. Like Hispanic moms really cooking in the kitchen, mess everywhere, but then it gets clean right after. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say thank you to that. A little bit off topic, but that's what we got to talk about. And I want to say shout out to everybody that's here that will come. And if they don't, hey, listen, this is an open debate. Sorry, Pastor, what do you think about the topic? Do you think that high body count matters? To all the men and women, all the secret watchers, y'all let me know. Do y'all think that this shit matters? Do y'all think high body count matters? Because one thing that we emphasize on the side is conversation rules the nation. Never forget that shit. Meaning to say, you want to be able to express your opinions and desires without having to become stubborn, without being like too bricked up as a wall. Pause. But you know what I'm saying? That's actually came out crazy. But, you know, this is what we do. This is what we express. This is how we communicate, is with expression and what we need to do. Now, give me one brief moment really quickly. I do want to see what are people's opinions. What do you guys think? Is this something for you? Do you think that high body count matters? As a man and woman though, because I don't want to just keep it to does high body count matter to men. I know I've talked to some women that said that high body count matters to them too on the man's end, but it's that's why it's open a conversation onto to things, and I'll give my opinion. I'll give my conversation later once that time comes. But as of right now, you know, let's just keep it to what engagement and see where everybody's mind and thoughts are at. Let's see. Sour Patch says, I don't think that's a subject that's a subject that should be talked about if you're into a person because I believe once you touch that subject, I feel like things change in between two people. That's a great outlook. Um, I agree. I don't think that subject should be said, nor do I agree like, I wouldn't even like how does somebody bring up a conversation of okay, I'm gonna say this flat out. If anyone says any guy, any woman be like, what's your body count? They're not gonna be okay with what your body count is. I'm just gonna let you know. Even if your body count is less than 10, because guys like be like less than 5, less than 10. Ladies, even if your body count is less than that, they're still gonna find it a problem. And men too. If a woman asks you that, firstly, shut that shit down. Tell her it's none of your business. Okay. I don't understand why you're communicating this, but also just realize that if anybody asks that question, that they genuinely they're gonna get upset at it. It don't matter how much it is, because that question is based off of insecurity. I believe that very much so. The reason why I believe that is because security doesn't care about what's before me. All right. Security only cares about now, who I am, and what you're doing with me. Of course, be safe, right? Be safe. But at the same time, we can't be ignorant to the fact that when anybody asks that type of question, these people are insecure. They may try to play it off really cool. You can tell me anything. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care. But the people who do care and people who speak on it just know that this comes from a very insecure place. And I just want to make that known for the people who have been asked that or asked that. You're not really okay with it. You're not really okay with it. And don't lie to yourself. See, this is why even speaking about embracing honesty, stop lying to yourself. I think there's no, not even I think. There is a majority of dating, men and women are lying to themselves. How much percent you think, Sour? You think like a good majority of 90% of people? A good majority of like maybe see, I want to give the benefit of the doubt and say like 95%. Because I really want to say 98%. I'm not gonna lie. But how much of the majority percent of people you think that is actually out here that's like the 95%? Okay, cool. Let's give the benefit of the doubt and say 95%. Okay? 95% of men and women in dating, right? Strictly insecure. A lot of people date with their egos and connect with their egos rather than dating for authenticity and genuine connection. Right? Right. I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt because I just listen. I've had women ask me what's my body count. They'd be like, "What's your body count?" I'll give them the answer. Just firstly, I'll just be like, "Why does this matter?" Like why are we having this conversation? But if they keep pressing the idea, I'll just tell them no. I was like, I don't feel comfortable answering that. It's not for you to know. I mean, I don't understand. Or I might just fuck around and just be like, "Oh, it's like two." But we're over here on this side. We are under 10 bodies, of course. Anyways, but women will ask that, right? Especially the way you come off a certain way. Women will ask them certain questions. But if they do, I think that's a red flag to me. I don't. I think that's a red flag because that shit should not matter. I don't like women who are insecure in that matter. Women need to be self assured. You know. Jazzy, what's good? By the way, it's your boy All Star Izzy. Hit that like button and subscribe if you guys are new. Thank you guys for stopping by. We're just communicating. Jazzy, you did have your thoughts on the post about high body count and things like that, right? I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I will be reading some of the answers on there. Philosophical Mackin 101 debate Saturdays. You know, I was thinking about that name, Philosophical Mackin. That shit, that just goes so that's it has a ring to it. Absolutely. This is what we do on a Saturday. Next Friday we'll be having another one. It's gonna be based around dating, but it may be based around something else. Darius, great to see you. Um, yeah, but what is everybody's thoughts? Let's have a conversation. Let's speak. What does everybody think? Does body counts matter? Should you ask your partner? Hey baby, we've been together for a year or two. It does sound elegant, right? We've been together for a year or two, and I just want to get to know you like a little bit more. How many partners have you had sex with before me? Jesus Christ. If you're a man or even woman, which I expect women to ask those questions, I'm not gonna cap. But if you're a man asking that, you need to grow the fuck up. Same for women. You need to grow the fuck up, honestly. And again, towards the 15-minute mark, I will start giving out my perspective on what I believe. And then we'll start opening the gates of whomever wants to come in will engage. Please share this out if you want to. Let people know to come in, but make sure you let them know to like and subscribe. We are here to have an open dialogue and conversation of those who want to join in. The link is pinned up. I did pin it before because now we're making sure we're there before. Jazzy says, don't want to hear about people who couldn't make the team. That's a good way to see it. That's a good way to see it. You know, I, you know, a lot of like, see, this goes back to what I said, embracing honesty. Listen, a lot of you men and women are in dating specifically. Let's just speak dating, but because first thing I want to make important an importance. Listen, I'm still working on my vocabulary. Okay, I'm getting there. But one thing that I want to make of importance, I think that was correct dialogue, is that dating is made up of straight insecurity and egos. Now, one thing that I'm bringing to the attention of everybody is that this shit goes deeper than just dating. This is a mask in any other place, right? Because how you do one thing will seep into different places. People think that may be too much pressure, that may be too much work, and if it's too much work, then that shit's just not for you. You got to understand that this shit is. It don't matter how much work it is to put in. This is what comes down to it. You can be financially great, right? You can be going crazy, but somehow your dating life you're trash, or vice versa. But there's still something in that middle ground is why you're not the best at both, right? And dating is based off of a lot of insecurity and ego connections, you know. Now, one thing I do would like to say is that and I don't mean to be boastful about it, but I don't have any problems. I don't have problems in dating. And the reason why I don't is because I'm direct and I'm honest and I like to have fun. And we know what's happening. There's no confusion. It's always a great time. And if there's not a great time, it's out of there. But I say I don't have any problems because there's no problems within me that I need to bring to dating. I don't need to create problems in dating. I've before when I didn't have knowledge of game, when I didn't understand shit, I had problems in dating, and the reason I had problems in dating is because I had a problem with myself. See, one thing that I bring to the attention of everybody, and if you're new here, what we speak on is like to shine within is to shine without. Meaning, no matter who you are inside, it's going to seep out regardless. You see, that's why that thing of the 3 month dating rule is real. And I'll be seeing like people talking about, oh, after the 3 month rule, you get to see who they really are. The honeymoon is over. It's only real because you guys didn't connect on a level that's genuine. You guys connected on a different level, and it's crazy, but it's true. Jazzy says it's gonna create insecurity that don't need to be there. Because a woman will think that if you bring up the other body count, they will see it as you will never be as good as the other woman. That's true. And even for men. Any man who asks that question, I don't care how cool they come off, but I'll guarantee you they're mad insecure and they think the same as that. They can never live up to that guy, right? Maybe you know what? You can't. All right, let's be honest. Only reason you can't is because you're asking the question. If you don't ask the question, then possibly you can. Because truthfully, security doesn't give a fuck about what's before me. Okay, honesty. Now let's go ahead and dive into my perspective. We are officially at the 15-minute mark. My name is All Star Izzy. Hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you all for taking the time out today. And if you are new, please comment. Don't be afraid. Show your opinion and express your opinion. One thing I will tell y'all, and I will possibly say this throughout the conversation of the live, but make sure if you have a opinion, if you want to comment, you make sure that you express that. All right, because if I don't see it and they see it, they will tell you to express why you say what you say. Because one thing you're gonna learn here, lessons you can learn and throughout all this is that conversation rules the nation. No matter where you go, you're going to have to explain yourself. Now, are we saying to over explain? No. But when you're in an interview, you're gonna be tested. You're gonna be someone is gonna dive into a little bit too deeper as to why you say you're good and fit for the job. Same thing applies here, okay? So understand that as we move forward. Now, my perspective on this conversation before we allow people to, come up and converse and speak on what they need to speak on is that do I believe that high body count matters? No, I don't think so. I don't believe that high body count matters. Whether that's 10 plus 40, 50, all that jazz. Yeah, it will create insecurity. Um, but I don't think it fucking matters, right? And the only reason I don't think it matters because and it's funny because I was actually in the TikTok live about this conversation. The reason why it doesn't matter is because if you're that guy, if you're out there speaking to women, you're having not even let's take all that away. If you're just confident in yourself, you're secure, you're focused in your life, none of that exists and none of that really matters. I don't care if you're financially well off. Anything with confidence or security does not care about anything outside of itself. So I don't care about a high body count. I don't care who she's fucked. I don't care what they've done. I'm not even gonna ask her. 9 times out of 10, excuse me, 9 times out of 1, this woman is gonna tell me how much of a loser she's dealt with. And she expresses those things because of what she's getting and experience of what's happening between us. And the reason why she's expressing that is because it's a different bag. You see, women will bring up, they may even bring up shit like, they'd be like, are you gonna, they might even be like, they kind of look at you a little sideways and be like, you gonna bring up certain things? Like, are you not gonna ask me about my job? Or do you care about who I'm seeing? I tell my women to go see other women too. They go see other people. I don't care. If it comes for me to say that and express it, then I will. I don't just say out of the blue, just be like, go see other people. That's kind of weird, you know. Like that has to come up out of nowhere. But women will look at you different. They will talk to you different because you're not bringing up certain shit. You're not saying things. You're not asking. I see these comments. Let me get to it in a minute. But you're not asking. You're not asking her the questions everybody else is asking in dating. You're not asking the questions that everybody else wants to know out of insecurity. Because remember, insecurity and ego is ruled in dating, but also not even in dating, but in life. And it's only ruled in those aspects is because people want the person to be attached to them. See, people don't realize how much bullshit they have going on until it starts showing the dating. Because my take is that dating is meant to be fun, engaging, flirting, and a good time with us to have a connection, and we don't have to rush shit. Shit can be rushed but not in the sense like that. We don't need to rush anything. This is our time to take time. I don't need to text you all the time. Let's take our time. Slow burn, natural connection, the tango, what we speak on. So this is why it's so prominent in understanding that when women come across an individual, or even with men coming across a woman, right? Because there's a lot of women who will ask men. Like I told y'all, I've had women that ask me, "What's my body?" Even to this day, dude. Listen. I have plenty of women asking me. You see, I could meet a woman on the first time, literally on the first time. You're too smooth. What's your body count? Hold on, though. Like, let's chill. Like, why? I can see you're good with women. You must do this often. You must have these things. You must, hold on. Let's take a step back. Listen, thank you for the compliment, but also, that's none of your business. Don't be afraid to tell women that's none of your business. Men are very afraid to tell women how it is sometimes. And there's times where you need to say things like how you say it, right? Because women shouldn't get a pass for you to ask that because this is your personal and private life. We're not here to ask about their private and personal life. They will give it to us if they want to freely, right? But going back into a little bit as to why body count doesn't matter is because this shit of whatever we have in this moment is for us. I don't give a fuck about what's outside. Because I guarantee you, after this experience, I'm going to live my life and do what I do. But this time is for us right now. Enjoying the moment while we have it. Who knows if I'm going to see you tomorrow in the next 3 years? I don't know. That time that will take time as we take time to know if we know this is right. You see what I'm saying? If a woman has over 50, 40, 900, bro, I guarantee she ain't gonna tell you what. And there was a lot of dudes when I was on this live was talking about you can always see how the hoes carry themselves. You can always see women that have these high body counts and carry themselves. You don't know what it's like. First of all, there's professional, coy, private, innocent looking, shy women that have experience out the ass that you don't even realize, bro. These women could be making over six figures, eight figures. And you would think because of how she carries herself, this woman is she's so secure. She's like this. She doesn't go out fucking. You don't know shit. You don't got no experience. You need to stop complaining about your lack of insecurity. See, when I hear men talking about things like that, their things come from a place of fear and it comes from insecurity. You're projecting. You don't know the truth when it comes to how many bodies that she has. A woman that could be expressing herself and she could be showing her body, the one that you may think is a 304, I guarantee you, I've met women that like to dress a little bit, they like to show some titties and shit like that. When they show themselves, a lot of those women don't, they're not actually how they present themselves to be. You guys got to realize, okay, there are women who want to get the male attention. I mean, women love attention. I mean, let's not cap. But there's also the aspect that there are women who want to dress sexy just to feel sexy, okay? Women are ruled by how they feel. So if they want to dress up for certain things, it's because they want to feel sexy. And it's just the truth. We are here speaking the truth. Everybody who's in the building, if you have not answered the question, answer the question, hit the like button, subscribe. If you are new, listen, does body count matter to those who haven't answered? We having these conversations for a reason, but this is just the truth and what it is, y'all. Honestly. And if you disagree with what I'm saying, please make yourself known and express your opinion. Have your conversation because I'm not going to be here to cut you off or shut you down. I'm actually here to build you up. I'm here to let you express yourself. I'm giving you a golden opportunity and invitation to speak on what you need to speak on because we're not going to be here hating. If you come disrespectful, you will be checked out. Okay, you will be escorted out. However, if you have an expression on an opinion, make yourself known. Do not be afraid. All right, let's look at these comments. There it says, me personally, body counts don't matter at all. No matter how many people we fuck, it's just that fucking pussy is so damn easy to get it as easy as women can get. Yeah, but body don't matter. Yep. I agree. She good for the brand. Yeah, the God's truth. She ain't gonna tell you the number. Nah, women. See, women not gonna ever tell y'all the number, bro. Ever gonna tell you the number. Never gonna tell you the number. And even if a bitch try to tell me, um, what her body count is, I'm just gonna shut down. Like, not that I give a fuck about what's the number, but why do you feel the need to tell me? You see, women gonna try to test you. Oh, really? Tell me. Like I whoa. you be, y'all be chilling. Y'all be chilling like at a restaurant or some shit, and like time passed by. She's like, "Can I tell you my body count?" I guarantee you, she's trying to shit test you. I guarantee you, she's just trying to get a reaction out of you to see what you think. I I guarantee you that she's trying to see what you think in that moment. She's trying to see how you gonna bite the bait. If you're like, you're gonna really tell me? Are you gonna really tell me? Oh my god, yeah, tell me your body count, man. Get the fuck out of here. Nobody gives a fuck about no damn body count. And if you do, express yourself and tell you why. Darius always says the woman who is dressed like the whore, yeah, probably has fucked three or four. Yes, bro. Yes, exactly. A lot of women that I know like that, they're completely different, bro. They're completely different with what they put on. That's why I make an emphasis on like the shy ones or the ones that you see that look so super professional and how they carry themselves. Listen, bro, there's more than meets the eye. Always remember that. But that just shows people's lack of experience. You see, you hinder your experience because of your mindset. You hinder your experience because of your fears and your beliefs. Open mindedness keeps you in a state of you can have your own opinion and belief, but it also brings you in new experiences that could potentially take away what you thought and once knew, bro. At most, compared to the ones deemed like a lady who have none. Yeah, exactly. Even some women don't know that there's people they fuck and they tell they on themselves and it doesn't count. True, why people care about the body counts. We are grown. Yeah, facts, facts, facts. That's just what it is. But we're gonna make sure we're gonna see some people that come in. Some people that want to express their desires. If anybody wants to bring themselves forward, you're more than welcome to. Just remember. Oh snap! I don't think my banner not showing. My apologies, you guys. I thought I had my banner showing. I don't think it is. There we go. My apologies, wowzers. I thought I had that together. But anyways, for those who want to bring themselves forward, you're more than welcome to. Even if you agree, if you disagree, please. I mean, we're here to have an open debate. You know what my views is. My view is definitely I believe that body count does not matter. It doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck what she's done, who she's done it with. That shit cannot compare to what I'm able to do. And it's not even a comparison of anything. It's just that that part of existence has nothing to do with my existence when I'm in the presence of each other. You see what I'm saying? You got to understand that. Now, for those who haven't answered, let us know what you guys think. Do you guys believe that body count matters? I will be on here for about an hour, and then we'll go and get up out of here. But that's my thoughts on the certain things in the conversation that we're discussing at this time. We got to make sure that we express what we need to express and why we believe in what we believe in. Okay, so anybody who wants to express it, please do. Don't be afraid. But it's important for people to know, you know, because a little. I'm gonna actually go dive into a little bit of why in this live because I was talking about it a little bit. But there was this guy talking about how you can tell a woman is a 3 or 4 by how she dresses, or how she looks, how she carries herself. There's we can't deny that there's some women that's she 14 plus more, but that still doesn't take away from the things that you should carry in different experiences. People will see a woman who's for the team, who's been like that, and I'm not trying to get too um, cutthroat in it, but let's just keep it for the team. Guys can see people that's for the team and then carry that same perspective in different women that they meet. And you wonder why you're not able to get your experiences or results that you want. It's because of your judgment and how you're carrying that judgment to every woman that you meet. You see, listen, a lot of y'all may not even have hella experience, but the shit that you see on camera and movies, maybe you see people doing the IRL, you carry that as if that's your experience. You don't know what it's like until you have experience, until you've spoken to women who've done these things. Truth be told, bro, you can't. But you guys wait for you see somebody doing it and you create that as your experience. You see, that's how I know that you're not able to get exactly what you want. This shit good as fuck. Let's go ahead and get some stars in the chat. Hit that like button and subscribe. Now, listen, again, I'll be on for like another hour or so. possibly until like the 115, 130. But regardless, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna pressure nobody to come in. But I enjoy this because this is our first time doing like a early afternoon debate. So what I'm just gonna be testing what times could be good too. You know, we got to make sure we know which ones is good. I feel like during late night is really good too. You know, but we're definitely gonna be having it Fridays, and also tonight we will be having a Sinners movie breakdown. We will be having an All Star movie breakdown. You know what I'm saying? Stars in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Shining. But we will be having an All Star movie breakdown. We will be watching Sinners. Too much game in that. Too much game in that movie. Too much game that we will be breaking down. Of course, I want people to enjoy it as well, so I won't be pausing everything because I could be a pause freak. No cap. But you know, we're gonna be breaking that shit down and chopping up some game for that. But again, for those who are new, those who are coming in, please express. Do y'all think that 100 bodies? Let's not even say 100 bodies, because that's gonna scare men out their pants. Do y'all believe high body count matters? See, we one thing that I've realized is that women be out here, they express it. Thank you, Jazzy, for the sparkles. But women out here, they're expressing how they what what they believe in and stuff like that. And I want to say shout out to the ladies because I actually have a lot of participants who are ladies. Um, and we have men that come in that as well, but women are showing what the fuck is like. You know, they're initiating, showing shit. So I want to say shout out to ladies for that aspect. Um, Again, I wish I was able to like play some videos because there's some videos I want to play, but I can't play it through here just yet. So we still getting into StreamYard. So this is what we doing. But again, my name's All Star Izzy. Hit that like button if you have not, and if you're new, subscribe. Make yourself known if you are afraid. Jazzy says, so you heard about that one woman who has sex with 600 guys in one day and gave them all clap. What's clap mean? I don't think I've ever heard that. 600. I've heard a woman do like 1,000 or like 100, man, some shit like that. I don't even know what clap is. I need to be educated on what that means. Oh shit, that's like a. Is that what they call um T no DTS now? STDs. That's what they call STDs. Clap. Oh shit, that's fucked up. Oof. Well, I now I'm hearing it. I think that's crazy. That's crazy. So wait, were they not fucking with men? Please, men and women. This is not a sponsored message, but I will say this. Please do your best to use protection while you're having sex. And this is a sponsored message by All Star Izzy. We will be sponsoring um what is it called? Skin. I think that's what it's called. Skin, right? I think that's the one that's used the most. She was a oh wow, a content creator. Well, this just goes to show that you guys need to be using protection. And you see, I think when people think about high body counts and stuff like that, a lot of people think about being superficial and thinking about being reckless and careless. Of course, there's examples. There's people you even probably know in real life. But at the same time, there's a way to have multiple bodies, right? Or sex partners specifically, and be able skin, yeah, skin is the one. Skin is the one. That's a sponsored message from All Star Lifestyle. But I think most people think that that's what that means when it comes to high body counts. People can have high body counts without doing that. If listen, another message we can even throw out there is please stop fucking raw. Please stop fucking raw. Please, just for the love of God. I don't care if that's the only when you're fucking raw. Please stop it. If you don't see yourself being with her in the future or having a kid and devoting you guys to be a union, stop fucking wrong. I don't care how good it feels. You see, that's another big problem I have with a lot of men out here. Man, I was talking to an individual earlier. This motherfucker told me he can't stop fucking Raw. Exactly, yeah. And a committed union, devoted to each other. That's one thing. If you're devoted to each other, that's one thing. But this man, this guy told me he cannot stop fucking Raw, and it because it feels too good. Listen, if you have a problem with how great things feel, and you're scared to, godly, I don't even know how to break. You know what? Hold on. If you have a problem with containing yourself and disciplining yourself on how you feel on certain shit, you don't need to be fucking. I'm not gonna count. You don't need to be having. I don't think you need to be having sex. You know, it's this shit goes deeper, right? Because it's not just about the feeling of sex. It's actually a restraint of discipline that you have within yourself. You see, most people want to blame it on how they feel, blame it on alcohol. See, people want to blame it on something else, right? They want to blame it on that. Truthfully, you just lack restraint. You just lack, discipline within what you need to do, what you have to do, what should be moving further, right? I mean, that's just the truth when it comes down to it. You just have a restraint from how you feel. And listen, I can tell you all you want, but you ain't gonna listen to me because a lot of people are ruled by how they feel. Exactly. They love using this shit as a crutch. But a lot of people are ruled by how they feel. So if they're ruled on how they feel, anything you say logical that makes sense that can bring a direction to better themselves will never work. It will never work. Because these people are ruled by their emotions. Lack of self control, yes. Thank you. That's what I meant to say. Appreciate that. But those people are that are like that, just you can tell them something and they can agree, but they only agree because they feel bad and they feel like they've been caught and they feel like they're wrong. But see, listen to those three things. But then as time goes by, it starts back again. You see, this is when I speak on when they have that conversation of the 3 a.m. motivation. The only reason you're inconsistent with your motivation or you're inconsistent with your dating life or to gravitate towards opportunities and captivate and capitalize, excuse me, on those things is because you're ruled on how you feel. You're inconsistent with yourself. So as within, so without. You will only become exactly with how you're ruled within yourself. Like I said, control is a major red flag. It is complete red flag. Complete red flag. I don't want nobody like that around my circle. Anybody in my circle that believe that body count matters, we gonna have to have a complete dialogue. We're gonna sit in a circle and we're gonna have a conversation. We're gonna have a conversation. I wrote about the emotions. See, that's the thing. It's just it doesn't make no sense when it comes down to those things, but you can't tell people who are ruled by their emotions what to do. You can, and they'll do it for a good week or two, maybe even a month. Cause then they'll be like, look, I'm doing so good. The fucking March 1st, after April's done, they back to it. All because of their importance on how they feel. Listen, I'm not saying to disregard any emotions that you have. We're human. We must embrace our emotions in order for us to transmute it into an understanding of something, right? Now, what gets bad is the over excessiveness. You're excessive in how you feel. You're out of control. Dude, I remember I met this girl and she wanted to fuck raw the first night we were actually together. And please excuse me for my brashness, for my bluntness. Shout out to you too, because I know I have such a dialogue that's interesting. I'm working on making my dialogue a little bit more in there, but fuck it, we're here. Um, yeah, but like right before we were about to have sex, she tried to grab my shit, right? And like put it inside. And I like stopped her immediately. I was like, yo, what are you doing? That really turned me off though. Because this shows me she has a lack of self control. I don't give a fuck how great the feelings are in the moment. The moment that shit is not right, I'm out of there. Make that shit do what it do to go down. Listen, but that's just what it comes down to for real. Because guys will fold to the moment. Guys will be like, damn, she really wanted it. She must only be doing this with me. You guys fall in love with the pussy. You guys fall in love with the feeling of pussy. And even let's peel that back. You guys not only fall in love with the pussy, you fall in love with the feeling of what's about to come next. You fall in love with the process of almost getting there. Oh my God, she's gonna do this with me. You guys are fucking blind. Let's see these comments really quickly, Lex. Yep. They're robot. I'm moving robot logic, never emotions. It does not make dollars, does not make sense on God. So it goes back and it's a rap. Yeah, man. See, that's that shit. Another PSA. Remember, ladies and gentlemen specifically on this is to use scams, but also stop falling for women who want to go raw the first night. Okay, don't let her take control of it. Don't let her take control. Don't let her grab it and then try to put it in there. Don't do that, man. Okay. And also, I do want to point this out there because God, even reflecting on these moments and speaking on this topic, it actually makes me think about how much how how crazy women are in a good way, of course. But um, I remember this woman. We were just we were casually hooking up. And when we would hook up, she would, we would use condoms and shit. But I remember she brought up like, she was like, it always see women will throw subtle hints to you. I think we should use like it always feels better without it. And I immediately, well, that's fine. But we're gonna keep using it with this. Okay. I want you guys to shut those shit down when that happens. When those conversations occur, and she says, "Well, it feels better without it." Okay, then that has nothing to do with me. Okay, and tell her to get checked too. But also make sure that you stay 10 toes. You see, even a moment of sexual experiences can show how strong a man is. You see, this is when those conversations come about like lust, when they come about like a man who's sexually in control is a man who's this and that. I don't know what the exact quote is. Someone put in the quote? I don't know what it is exactly. By the way, my name is All Star Izzy. Hit that like button and subscribe and share this out. Tell people that come and join us. Let them come and join and let them join the conversation if they even agree or disagree. Now, I believe that. And it's not to say like you gotta be the super soldier. You can have sex but still not be swayed by sex. The thing is that when that moment, see, the women know that a lot of men fall to the moment of sex, the feelings of sex, and getting the pussy. The thing is that when that moment happens, you need to stay 10 toes, even in a moment of sex, even while the emotions are riled up and there's a thrilling, it's there. It's on. You about to stick it in, you about to do the things. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep it to a minimum. I don't want to get flat in that, But when those moments occur, you got to understand that you must stay 10 toes on what you say. I've turned down plenty of women even before sex was going to occur or anything like that because of certain things that I've heard or movements or actions I didn't enjoy it. And some of those actions were just based off of like let's not use a condom, or let's do this, or trying to take control of the situation, or trying to do certain things. But the thing that really comes into that is that we're not going to do it. And I don't care if women are like, but I'll only do this with you or something. I don't listen, men, listen to me carefully. It doesn't matter how seductive she is talking. It doesn't matter how strong the feeling is in that moment. Just do not fold to what she is trying to express. Because remember, this is all in the moment. There can be repercussions after that, right? And yes, this moment we're saying be safe rather than sorry. You never know what's going to happen. You never know what could potentially slip out and what can come out in 9 months. So you must stay 10 toes. And plus, even if she doesn't enjoy or respect what you said in that moment, she will respect that you gave that opinion because you stuck on your square. You stood on it. You spoken what you need to say. And that shit is honorable. And if she doesn't like it, just remember that you were able to be honorable to yourself. Okay. And it is what it is, because we must understand that people a lot, let's go back to Sour's 95%. 95% of people are ruled by how they feel. So when you don't make a decision on how they feel or what they want to feel like, let that be disruptive. Because remember, we got the real harmony and then we got disruptive harmony. Disruptive harmony is based off of like straight feelings. Real harmony is based off what's the best at this time. Okay? So remember that. Because there will be women. Now, especially if you're learning what we apply to the All Star lifestyle, plus more, doing what you're doing, upgrading and evolving. These conversations will happen. These conversations will happen. These experiences will happen. These moments will occur. Definitely. It don't matter how good that shit sound. You stay 10 toes on what you need to. I see this comments. Let me get to it in a second. Excuse me. Does a child sound good? Cause that is what behind that door. Oh man. Shout out to everybody with children though, you know. Shout out to everybody with children, you know what I'm saying? But definitely devote yourself to whom is women want to trap guys nowadays. No, all women want to trap man. Not you mean like not all women? The ones that don't want condoms and wants to catch baby, maybe 50% of the energizer, but not all. Or not all women want to trap man. Yeah, I am. I'm saying yeah, I'm not saying all women, just most want to. Yeah, no, for sure. And see, this is the thing I've also even spoke about a little bit. By the way, my name is All Star Izzy. Hit that like button and subscribe. I see y'all. We in chat. Let's get some stars in the chat. I see nobody wants to make themselves present into the debate, but that's fine. You know what? Yeah, nah, that's okay. That's all right. Because we're gonna be having plenty more. Plus, if you don't agree, then express yourself. You know? Express yourself. But anyways, there was a video that I put out, and you know the see here's the I can even connect this to what I was just talking about. The more you stand on your square and you don't fall to the feelings of what the moment is and what the moment is to bring, you got to understand that women will see you as a challenge. Now, it's not all women, not all, and I agree, not all women do want to trap. Men, I get along with women who definitely want to live their life when I want to live my life. Like I get along with those women. You see, I only come into like conflict. It's not bad conflict, it's good conflict, but I only come into conflict when it comes to ones that actually want to. And I'm just like, you know, I don't think that's correct. Nor I don't know where you got this idea from. But you know, we can't change narratives. But again, one thing I want to speak on really quickly is that, you know, as you're as you're controlling yourself and controlling how you feel and your desires, and you stand 10 toes on what you say, there will be some women who will see you as a challenge, right? So they want to dominate you in the aspect of, I want to be his exception. So they're going to be ruled by a desire to be that one exception for you. Okay, so they will try things, see things, even see you as a thing to dominate. Now, again, it's not all women, but it's just the truth. I've I've experienced women who have come to like this conversation with me, just be like, I just want to. It's actually crazy when they say it, because I'll be thinking like sometimes this shit is not real. They'll just say things like, I want to be your number one, or like, I want to be your exception. You know, I don't want to be like all these other girls. See, women have that bravado. Women have the bravado of being like, I want to be his one. I'm that girl. He's gonna break the rules for me. You know, let them have their fun. But this is the requirement to understanding of being a man, and not even just a man, but an all star. These things may occur, but also watch how your interactions are and don't let that be too long, because those women will definitely try to slip in some shit. Just let y'all know. All right, just want to give you a heads up on that. But again, we are on the conversation of, does body count matters? And I see that some people, most of the people agree. Most of the people agree from what I said, that body count does not matter. I don't see any people that's coming in here that's not disagreeing, which, you know, hey, more power to them. Maybe they don't want to make themselves known. Maybe they're uncomfortable with the conversation. Maybe their partner might see them on YouTube. You know, you never know. Maybe they're She wants to express. And or maybe he wants to say something, but he's scared. He's like, what if she's looking at the camera? They got the ring cameras around the corners and shit. And he's just like, I want to say something, like I want to talk, But people just doing what they're doing. But if not, I will keep this up though. I think this is an important conversation because it goes deeper than just caring about with the partners, sexual partners of people's past. It actually just is ruled by everybody else. I think if you genuinely give a fuck about this, it comes from a place of fear. I think you're scared. I think you're afraid. Oh, I could dive so crazy into that. Listen, but it's true. I think a lot of people are afraid of the truth. A lot of people are afraid of the truth. You know, and we spoke on what it's like to be in a person who is of the truth, who wants to speak on the truth, who wants to live their truth. There's a lot that comes with disrupting systems, disrupting fake realities, you know. And it's a lot to break down, to be honest. So I don't blame people for being like, I don't want to talk on this because this may, like, if I speak on it, I may end up learning about myself. And I don't want to. Maybe I want to just enjoy my Saturday night. Maybe I just want to enjoy my life living in delusion. But right now, I don't. I want to give my opinion, but what if I get told? Like, what if I tell myself? Listen, I get it. I get it though. You probably just are afraid. But so is the world, though. So is the world. So is the world. But it is what it is. Let's see. Excuse me. We do have a guest. Excuse me. I'm gonna bring Darius on. Hold on. Let's do this really quickly. Excuse me. One moment. All right. Hello. I don't think. Excuse me. Hold on. All right. Hello.
Hello?
Darius. Great to see you. What's happening? How you feeling tonight?
Hold on. There we go. Well, what's good, bro? What's
What's
good,
happening,
brother?
man? How you feeling tonight? What's going on?
Yeah, a little fatigued, but I'm all right. Doing good, man. Another day, another dollar.
Yes,
See
sir. Yes,
another
sir.
day.
I feel it. Oh,
Absolutely.
what brings you here? Is there anything you want to speak on specifically?
Just the topic, like just about body count. Like honestly, I don't think it really that matters. I mean, in terms of experience, like
Mm-hmm.
if you're looking for a woman with a lot of experience, because everyone like different things sexually. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of times you go with somebody with a low body count, 9 times out of 10, there's not gonna be a lot of things they're gonna know, and
Mm-hmm.
that's all right. But a lot of times, a lot of guys don't want to lead, don't want to teach, so they expect her to come with like, well, I want her to fuck me like a slut,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want her to have slut experience.
Yes.
It,
Yes.
it, it don't make no fucking sense.
Yes.
It doesn't make no sense. But further add on to that, body count really doesn't fucking matter because at the end of the day, you never get the real answer. You never get the actual number.
Mm-hmm.
There's plenty of reasons, like just like the quote unquote virgin. They say, "Well, I'm still a virgin, but I had anal sex since high school."
Mm-hmm.
So like, well, I haven't been vaginally entered, but I had anal sex.
Yes.
So technically, I have sexual experience, but
Yeah.
I can still say I'm a virgin. So
Yeah.
like, if they try to tell some guy with no experience, he gonna think, oh well, I must be her first. No,
Mm-hmm.
you're not her first. You just are
Exactly.
probably the first they enter, probably enter her vaginally, but you're not the first person she fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Dance, you're not the first dick she sucked either.
For
But
sure.
at the
I
end
was
of
just
the
gonna
day,
say that too. I was gonna add that for the oral. I was like, yeah,
yeah,
there's a lot of bitches giving throat out here.
oh god, like, shit, it's like shit. Like I don't get why people mentally bother themselves with that, because like you just drive yourself up a wall. Could have
Mm-hmm.
been women you probably had interest in, and women that had interest in you. But you so worried about body count, you kind of just hinder yourself from gaining that experience. Listen, no one cares about whores, but women love whores. They love men
Yes.
whores. So
Yes.
they love the men
Yes.
whores.
Yes.
That's just the God honest truth. But at the end of the day, it's like shit. From my horror days, why would I care about another woman if she has fuck like 7 dudes in a week? I don't give a fuck
Mhm.
about that. If
Yeah.
I meet her next week and she fits in my lifestyle and like she fits into the team, I don't give a damn who she's seen before. That shit
Yeah.
don't matter.
Yep.
What matters is how she treating you. That's the
Hmm.
main thing that matters. That's the count that does matter. It's especially along lines like shit. You can match her fucking beyond her dildo and finger count. End of the day, that numbers is way greater than how many bodies she slept with.
Yeah,
Every
for
woman loved
sure.
to masturbate. Every woman loved using toys.
Hmm.
Toys is my best friend. I have
Yes.
toys myself. So like it doesn't fucking matter about body count. That shit doesn't bother me. At the end
Absolutely.
of the day, like shit, we're all humans. Everyone loves to enjoy the arts of sex. And also to add on to that, yes, there's times that happen. It's so it's like the acts of sex is possible. If she did something to piss me off,
Yep.
soldier out of commission. In the interest of even wanting to do it goes along with it. But it just comes to the point of self control. Because even then, like there's some dudes out there, whoever, they will still continue to offer and reward her dick if
Yeah.
she did something in line with disrespect. To be like, I love sex, but listen, I love myself that much more. Like I don't care how
Facts.
like I get myself off. That's not that the art of sex to me is just something I enjoy doing. Not something I need, but something I enjoy.
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, shit like any ounce of disrespect happens, and I know sex is possible, and I know she's still trying to get at it, get it. It don't matter. Like nah. The dick is going home. I'm going home. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't pique my interest. It's like how women say like the ick. It's like yeah, that
Yeah.
disrespect is a
Facts.
big ass fucking ick. It's just like I just don't like it. But at the end of the day, like as people, everyone got everyone has sex. Everyone has things they done in their life. It's just
Hmm.
it's part of their fucking experience.
It is. And one thing, I do like you said is like how much women actually like man whores. And one thing that I want to expand on that really quickly is that a lot of people can say that they care about body count on the surface level, but like like behind closed doors, they're probably like the biggest whore ever. Or and women do like men who are experienced,
Yeah, they do.
very much experienced.
The thing is they can tell about the man that's experienced and the man that's trying to be experienced. The man
Yes.
that's experienced is not gonna tolerate a lot of shit. You
Hmm.
just ain't. But it's not necessarily that it's just cutthroat. It's just like, listen, I know what I want in my life.
Hmm.
Something happens in it, and you displaying said action, and it goes against what I want.
Hmm.
But yeah, like now, like, all right, well, hey, you just didn't make the cut. Because not just like about getting rid of something, it's about creating the peace. Like, listen, like even men, like a lot of guys by themselves don't like being by themselves.
Yeah.
As much as I enjoy women, love women, I love and enjoy being by myself. Now, granted, I don't mind the company of women around me.
Hmm.
I don't mind inviting women with me to places, especially places I like to go myself. But in the day, like guys today, they're just afraid of being alone.
Modern
And on
male.
top, yes, the modern male is
The
afraid
modern
of
male.
being alone. It scares him to death because it's like the fear, like, oh, we're gonna die alone. I mean, shit. The truth of the matter is, shit. Yeah, we all gonna die.
Facts.
Knock on fucking wood, like shit. Person you with could be gone the next day. Then what? You die yourself. Then you
Yep.
gonna sit there. You can sit there and wonder, like, damn, that was a dope ass person I was with.
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, like they, as they will want you to, and as you should do for yourself, is to carry on. The day's gonna keep going. Cause not
Yeah.
everybody's guaranteed tomorrow. Tomorrow is not a guaranteed thing. So at the end of the day, like, why the fuck care about who fucked who? how
Mm-hmm.
many they fuck. Granted, with the inexperienced guy, they're gonna turn it off rip because the conversation is gonna be a sense of desperation, a sense of trying to either
Facts.
quickly get him to the bed,
Mm-hmm.
quickly try to get him to point A to point B, put up with giving non-sexual energy a lot of the time, just in hopes that this is gonna change. Like, nah, this is not. It's never gonna be the case. Like shit,
Absolutely.
like
1,000.
it's like it's not that I rush to try to get women in bed, but it's more or less comes from me personally. Like I don't believe in male female friendships. I
Mm-hmm.
don't believe that's ever a thing. The opposite sex is always gonna have some attraction to one another. That's
Yeah,
just the truth. That's just by nature.
of course.
And
Nah, I
I'm not gonna
understand.
spend a lot of time of giving non-sexual energy if I need to know like, hey, are you with it?
Right.
Because when the time comes, when I say, you know what, I'm feeling there. Hey, I want to do something. I want to create some moments. I want to explore one another. So this is what I want to do. That's gonna let me know if you with it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're not with it, that's cool. It's no love lost.
Absolutely. No, because it is what it is now.
Yeah,
I want you guys to put some stars in the chat for Darius. I want to say thank you for Darius to being here. Is there anything else you want to leave off? Because I'm gonna end this in a few for the live in itself. But is there anything else you want to leave off really quickly? Make sure y'all put some stars in the chat because this is an
yeah,
example
absolutely.
of someone coming up here and initiating and showing who they are, expressing their opinion on this. And this is again what we speak on Conversation Rules of Nation. So please just leave it off what you need to say, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, shout out to the All Stars. Salute to everybody that came here to learn and those who showed up. And hey, listen, man, life is not guaranteed to everybody. There's
Yes.
somebody to wake up the next day with no arms, no legs. You got
Yes.
arms and legs. You gotta learn to control your mornings. Your mornings
Mhm.
gonna be the determining factor how you go out the rest of the day. No matter how shitty something may seem, just think about it. It's
Mhm.
temporary. It's a temporary feeling. We're all
Yeah.
human. We all feel things, but control of your emotions matters the most. That's going to determine the factor of how you feel about yourself. If you show gratitude for things, even though it may not seem that grateful,
Hmm.
that's the mental fortitude you can create for yourself to have a better life, have a better day. Cause
Hmm.
shit, like the next day, like shit, you can lose your nuts, you can lose all that. You can
Everything.
wake up, exact sight,
Literally
everything.
everything. Yes.
And
Yes.
no one's gonna know how gratefulness is until they lose something.
Hmm.
And then they
Absolutely.
realize, like, damn, I used to take advantage of the fact to be able to see. Now I can't see shit.
Hmm.
So live every day like it is your life.
Absolutely. Thank you for your words, brother. I appreciate you taking the time out tonight to
No
speak on what you
doubts.
need to speak on. We appreciate it because it is an importance on living a life and what you need to do, which I'm gonna expand on a little bit. So again, thank you for taking your time out tonight. Make sure you spaz the fucking stars in the chat for Darius. Thank you, bro. Thank you for coming up here.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Of course. Zay, what's going on? Great to see you, Zay. What's happening? And that was a great conversation. I really enjoyed that. Having him say what he needs to say. I think it was a great message. Because we will be leaving off in a few, but in a bit, I do want to say something just to add on to what he was saying on how crucial life is and your importance of your now, everything your life is that conversations like this are great. It's what connects different opinions, expressions, what can bring you to be open minded or can keep you in a state of being stubborn for the rest of your life and learning nothing. But the thing is that there's so many people in dating or in this world that have such an emphasis on such an emphasis on dating that they don't even realize their life. They don't even realize this and that, all that. And I think there's an importance to making sure everybody understands how important it is to live the life that you need to live and to do as you must because you never know what you're gonna get out of this shit. And stop making shit so important. Like stop putting pussy on a pedestal. Now we do have another excuse me, my apologies. Now we do have another guest I'll be bringing up. Hold on, let me go ahead and do this right now. Excuse me. One moment, please. There we go. Hello. What's going on, Jazz? How you feeling?
Izzy, what's going
What's
on,
up?
Izzy? How
What's
y'all
up? What's
feeling
up? What's
today?
up? How you
Man, it's
feeling
raining
tonight?
out here. I'm peachy keen, man. Peachy keen.
Peachy. Great.
Um,
Great to know.
I
What
guess
brings
is
you
the
here today?
only. I guess is the first female to jump up here on this platform
Yeah,
and
so far.
speak. I don't think body count matters to those who are just all about numbers and wanting to crunch
Hmm.
numbers. Like my comment said, basically, why would it matter? Like
Hmm.
you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. If your number's too low, then they're gonna be like, oh, you're not out there. But then it's
Hmm.
like if you have a high number, then it's gonna be like, oh well, this person just gives it up too easy.
Right,
So
right.
of course it comes across as like almost like it's disingenuous. It's like why out of all the things you could get to know about me would my
Hmm.
body count matter?
Right.
Like if I'm genuinely trying to hook up with you, it shouldn't matter about what the body count
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, I agree with the same thing. I think
I
guys
mean,
just want to call.
the body count should be zero because anything before you shouldn't really matter if we're
Mm,
dealing with each other at the current moment. Anything
right.
before it shouldn't really matter.
Yeah, I like that. That's a great way to put it. Having this zero. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that going forward, man. Like it's zero.
Yeah, because it's like
Actually.
almost like you should almost just be like, well, my body count is zero. Because it's
Yeah.
like telling
Mm,
them a number is going to make it sound like, oh, well, like I was saying, it creates insecurities in whatever you've got going on because now you've created this problem for yourself where you're basically saying that, you know, you've had these people, you've had this number of people, and
mhm.
then it turns into, well, was she better than me? Or
Right.
was he better than me? Or did this person make you do this? Or did that person make you do that? And then it turns
Yeah.
into well, tell me about this and tell me about that. And did this person do this? And, so then it comes across as a whole lot of questions that you'll have that
Hmm.
probably won't get, that shouldn't even have been out there for you to even have to try to come up with a logical number for.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. No, I completely understand. I completely agree with that when it comes to that. I've again, like I've even spoke a bit on my experience of like even women asking me that. I think women also ask these questions too, as far as like what people's body count is and why it's not even important is because I don't care about giving a lesson to a woman I just met. Sometimes I want to, but I'm like, nah, I don't really care about that. But I think it's
It
important.
shouldn't even matter about trying to give anybody a lesson about previous experiences that you've had.
Yeah.
For real, it's just all about just okay, well, where do we go from here? Like what is our next
Mhm.
goal?
Right. But I mean, that's how you know how bad dating is. 'Cause I believe dating is terrible. Now, I again my experience as well. However, though, like dating in itself is just terrible, based off of insecurity and ego. And I really did enjoy your comment into when the votes were coming in and you were speaking on
Hmm.
it shouldn't really matter, counting the sheep and everything. I think this is just people just I think it comes from a place where people want to feel in control often. Like they just want to fit, they want to control the other person and have them attached to them. And like Darius was even saying, shout out to Darius. Also, make sure you put some stars in the chat. We do have the first female who made themselves presentable and came into the building. Nice. So make sure y'all put some stars in the chat. This just goes to show how great it is to initiate things and watch. Well, ladies are gonna start showing themselves soon enough, in the future. But as far as right
I know I
now,
look a hot mess because I've been under the damn weather, so I know I look a hot mess.
shit, it's all good. I mean, you bring yourself forward, and if anyone has something to say, get them out of here. But regardless, I definitely did enjoy your points. So shout out to the stars that's in the chat. Is there anything else that you would like to express before we go ahead and end this off? Because I will be ending in a few. I am. I'll announce that
What are
later.
your thoughts on body counts?
I don't care, honestly. I mean, my thoughts on it genuinely is how do we even get to that conversation? Like my thought is a question as of like how would we even care if she has experience, she got experience. I
Let's
mean,
say, for
I'm not
example, you're out on an ice cream get together with a
okay,
woman and
cool.
you guys are sitting there having a conversation, right? Because that's normally how the conversation start is it turns into you just having like a genuine conversation and then all of a
It
sudden
happens all the time.
they slide it in and they're just like, oh, well, you're quite experienced. Like, how many bodies do you have?
Hmm. And she's asking me this. So what would my response be?
Hmm.
That is, I would smile firstly. I would just smile and be like this. I was like, why? What piqued your curiosity? Like, what? That doesn't matter in this conversation. I'm like, I can tell you're very curious about something. Don't worry about that stuff. That's what be my response because I've had questions like that asked where I've told her like this has nothing to do with us or you specifically. But if she keeps
Hmm.
pressing it, I dead the situation. If she keeps pressing it. Cause
Yeah.
I don't like having to like I don't want to be pressed about something. Like I'm not here to like if we press each other about competitive shit in a fun, flirty way, that's one thing. But if you're like mad, if you're pressing me too much about like my experience, we out of here. What am I gonna tell you? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna say, you know what? You're right though. I'm gonna say zero. I'm gonna be like, oh,
Yeah.
it's zero bodies.
Because it's always best to just be like, my count's zero. And then she's gonna be like,
It's
there's
funny as
no
fuck.
way that you have a zero count. Then you'd be like, well, why does it matter about the count then?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's funny as shit.
Like
I'm
I
gonna
was
say
saying
zero.
like I said in my post, the only thing that you should be
It's
counting are
funny as
sheep.
fuck. Yeah, for real. That's just my thoughts on it. Also, I think it definitely raises the eyebrow. How why does that care? You know, and see the thing is too. When I spoke or even earlier, like even when I asked
I
that
almost
question,
feel like people ask that question just because they want to try to catch a number of how many you've been with. And it's like,
of
if I'm
course,
going to put myself out there, I've kind of already thought about like STDs, STIs, all the different type of like
yeah,
diseases that a person can get from doing things like that. So of
yeah,
course you kind of always got that thought in your mind like, okay, I know that my sexual health is together, but
hmm
I almost more so feel that they do it for like a sexual health thing. But it's like
yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with
the
that.
old sayings, I guess, when I was younger or I was coming up was the when you sleep with a person, you sleep with every person that person slept with. But it's just like, why does it matter about the number of people I slept with then?
Hmm I think it's all
Because no
about
one's
just the
going to ever
health.
really know the number of people they slept with unless they keep a little black book of all the people they slept with.
And plus, if you really fucking, I mean, I think you just lose count. You know,
If you
I don't
do,
talk from experience, of course not, because you know we're zero. But I'm just saying, I think just
we're
people lose count.
hashtag team zero over here.
Yeah, teams. I'm team zero all day. Listen, anybody ask my body going to the future, I'm like zero. Trust me, it's zero. Okay, I talk great, of course, but it's zero. Don't worry about it. But is there anything else you'd like to speak on before I go ahead and start wrapping up this live?
No, I'm definitely looking forward to the Sinners movie, though. You guys should definitely
Yes,
come check it out. If you guys aren't in the Discord, go ahead and join the Discord and catch
yes,
the movie tonight, man. It's going to be
yes.
a
We're gonna
great
be
movie.
Yes, we're gonna be doing the it's our first one too in the All Star Discord. We'll be having our
Hmm.
first movie premiere
We'll be
breakdown.
having a 10 to 15-minute conversation before it. And
Yep,
so definitely,
it's
guys, come on
good to
through.
know.
Show some support. And then you
Absolutely.
guys
Thank
should
you again.
definitely come hop in the debate. It's not that bad, guys.
It's really not. You just see, we're having a conversation, and even if there was someone who disagreed, it'd still be the same way to have a conversation. It would just still be the same way. But you know, that's why I'm grateful that y'all made yourselves known because you know it's this right here is just initiation of showing people like they're able to. I think a lot of people can be intimidated when you like open debate, join in. So it's great to see. But also, you guys do agree with me. So I know in the future I need to intentionally tell somebody, hey, look, you disagree with me, get your ass on stage and let's talk. So people can see
I
it
think
though.
that
'Cause
most people get intimidated because they're like, "Oh, he wants my camera on," and it's just like, it's like I
true,
don't
true.
want to
I
talk to
mean,
a, it's like you don't want to talk to just a number, or letter, or broken part of the screen.
no,
You want to
no.
look the person in the face that you're having the conversation
Yeah,
with.
and plus there's a lot of weird ass people in this world, so we never truly know. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
can be very weird. But again, Jazzy, thank you for bringing coming up here. This is the first lady who really made themselves here. So I want to say shout out to that. Make sure y'all spam some stars. I see your comments. I'll see you in a second. Again, thank you, Jazzy. I'll be hearing from you tonight once we go for our
Okay,
movie premiere. All right, peace.
definitely.
Thank you.
Peace.
All right, let's look up really quickly. Shout to that boy. Say Zoramina, what's going on? Great to see you, Zoramina. I haven't seen your name here in a while. Great to see you, Justin. Respect to you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking your time out. Now again, this was our debate. Listen, do I expect people to come up? Yes, I do. Especially people with strong opinions. Like I think that's what helps. I mean, but you know, we will be making these weekly. I definitely want to make these weekly though. We did emphasis on Friday. I have some great lives coming up. I will be doing a lot of collaborations moving forward with some people, and I'm exploring different people to collaborate with. Excuse me, on various topics. I will be having a lady coming up to the platform soon, or I may be on hers. We're still deciding though. Everything's in works. Basically, we're collaborating on ideas. She doesn't agree with me with a lot of things I say, which I fucking love though. We need those type of conversations. But again, I want to say a special shout out to Jazzy for being the first lady who came up. You know, that was great. Even though she agrees, but it's still great to know that, you know, ladies, keep bringing yourself up, okay? Relax. Shout out to Darius for making himself known and giving us the great dialogue. Honestly, that was a very down to earth, grounded conversation that he brought to us. And just the importance of how much it is to care about your life, to care about, you know, who are you? You never know what's gonna happen. And you see, even how he said it on your, you know, you can lose a arm or a leg, and you realize how important it is. That's the same thing with you losing a woman, or you losing a man, for the ladies. Because I mean, you gotta just realize, I mean, life is just gonna move on with or without you. You know, the one thing we can't beat is time. We can only be with it and befriend it, and things will just move on regardless. And when you take a look back and you introspect on like how relationships went, you will actually realize this shit was smaller than I thought it was gonna be. The problem is not as big as people think it is. Remember that we have the power to see how big a problem can be, and we can make it as big as we can be. That's the power. That's the power that we have as, you know, as humans and everything. Stars specifically is what I like to say. I'm gonna just say stars, but you know, not everybody can be an all star. But I'll just say stars because I like that better for the community. But there's just an importance to that. Is that most of the problems that you have, I guarantee you, breaking it down, it'll be smaller than you think it really is in your mind. And if it's genuinely a big problem, get some guidance on it. You know, ask people for guidance. You have people like myself who will be able to assist and can look in the outwardly thing. And I want to say shout out to all the clients that do speak with me on the back end enough to you know, to ask for things, to ask for help. There's nothing wrong with those moments. But again, don't ask the woman that you're trying to pursue a relation or a dating type of thing for some help, because hey, look though, you don't need to bring that up for dating. But again, my name is All Star Izzy. I want to say thank you for everybody, and hit that like button if you have not, and subscribe if you are new. This has been our open debate. I like this. This is our second. Wait, no, this is our third one. God damn. Yeah, that's fire. This is our third one. That's tough. I like this shit. This is our third one. We will be going on our fourth next week, which it may center around dating still, but there's something that I'm trying to keep together, because debates don't necessarily have to be on dating topics. It will always fall into it, because always remember that everything seeks into one other thing. Always remember that shit. Like, no ever get that shit twisted. How you do one thing will also fall into another category some way, somehow. Okay. And tonight we will be having our first All Star movie premiere in the All Star Discord. If you want to join in, may someone please put the Discord link really quickly. I will be putting the Discord link in the community after this live as well. Right after this, what time is it? It's about 8:49. Okay, cool. So I think at 9 I'm gonna end. And I'm going to be going live on TikTok with a friend of mine. So we're gonna be doing that because we're gonna collab on that. TikTok's gonna show me hella love. So shout out TikTok. You know, I'll start Izzy on TikTok. Um, so we everywhere, and then we got our 11 p.m. Eastern time Discord film that we're gonna be doing, and we're gonna have a 15 to 20 minute conversation before the movie starts. Okay, so it's kind of like the commercials and shit, which I love commercials, and I actually don't like when commercials when I miss the commercials when I go to the movies. That shit makes me mad as fuck. Thank you, Jazzy. But that shit makes me mad as hell when I miss the commercials. Cause I'm like, I'm paying for the whole experience. But that just takes, you know, sometimes I'll be running late, or sometimes I'll be with people and shit. But you know, shout out to the movies who want to watch. Shout out to the movies, LOL. Shout out to the people who are watching movies, who like to watch movies. You're more than welcome to join. You know, All Star Discord. Bring a friend, invite a friend, share a drink, show us, let us know what you're drinking, let us know how your day is going. You have a conversation, we all have a conversation. The Discord link is right there if you want to join tonight and be a new member. Listen, again, we already did our 2 monthly Discord calls this month, but June we will be having 2 monthly Discord calls, and also June is the month of the All Star. This the month the All Star was born, so that's gonna be a very lit month. I will be in Vegas for a week, so that's gonna be crazy. Again, I'm still posting every single day this year, so I'll probably go live. A couple of those times, show a little bit IRL. Possibly have to do a lot on Twitch though, because YouTube flags the fuck out of me whenever I have background music. So I can't really do too much with that, unfortunately. It is what it is, though. But that's what other platforms are created for. But again, just introduce yourself. Feel free to enter. Yes, absolutely, exactly what Jazzy said. But again, this has been an all-star debate, and I'm actually very proud of the success we've been having. The engagement, even those who are agreed, those who didn't agree, because I forgot what the conversation was last time, but there was a lot of who run the world, man or woman. We did have some people that were in there that was having a debate on what they believe in, and I think this is what it's all about. Because remember that conversation rules the nation. We spoke on yesterday 8 powerful reasons why communication genuinely runs the world. It does. Trust me. And if you don't trust what I'm saying, look at life for what it is. Look at the media, look at movies, look at companies, look at being interviewed even to a company. All of these things require communication, and it's important to understand how effective your communication needs to go as far as what you're bringing to your life and what are you communicating to people. Remember always too, no matter who you are within will always show out outside of this world. You can play to look like this, you can play to look like that, but remember that that shit will always and eventually run out some way, somehow, and you will not live up to how you say or what you say. And the only reason is because you need to work on who you are within and how you need to speak to yourself, how you need to bring up conversation to yourself. Because remember, the magic begins with how you speak to you. This is where the magic begins. You can take everything away, but the one thing you can't take away is who I am regardless. If you put me in the ocean, I'll be the king of the sharks. I'm gonna be goddamn Shark Boy from Shark Boy and Lava Girl. 1,000 of them. I mean, that's just what comes with it. But again, I want to say thank you to all the support. Shout out to Jazzy. Shout out to Darius. Shout out to Zay. Shout out to Zormina. Oh, grand entrance she made. You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute since I've seen Zormina here. Grateful to see her. Shout out to, excuse me, if I have missing, shout out to Sour Patch. I believe these are the ones who made the most. Now I can't keep scrolling up all the way. Yes, hashtag body count zero. Any ladies, shout out to ladies. You know, I know you guys like to stalk social media. You guys like to see my perspective, see what I like to say. And if any of y'all ladies that even come across this because you want to know what mine is, my body count is zero. My body count is zero. My body count is zero. But again, you know what? I'm gonna end off a little bit early. I'm gonna just go ahead and get into this conversation and live later in a few. But again, my name is All Star Izzy. I want to say thank you guys for taking the time out tonight. This has been an All Star debate. Remember, to shine within is to shine without. You have a voice for a reason. We are here to express our opinions and here to express what we need to say. But also remember, what you say will get debunked. Okay, because I do give you a golden invitation to bring yourself forward. And if you don't want to make yourself known, then that's fine. And if you don't want to show yourself on camera, get yourself ready 30 minutes prior to when this live starts. Again, my name is All Star Izzy. Until next time, tonight, we'll be watching Sinners and having an All Star movie breakdown at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Until next time, I'll see y'all later. Peace. We out this thing.